Most people think the biggest financial risk in life is running out of money. I think that's wrong. The biggest risk is waking up one day and realizing you followed every rule perfectly, and still missed your life. Let me introduce you to a different character. Not a cautionary tale, not a villain, just someone like millions of us. Her name is Elaine. Elaine did everything right. She clipped coupons, she avoided lifestyle creep, she delayed gratification like a monk with a spreadsheet. While other people spent money on travel, hobbies, and memories, Elaine told herself, later, when it's safer. Decades passed. By her early 60s, Elaine was financially bulletproof. No debt, a beautiful portfolio, the kind of net worth personal finance forums applaud with digital confetti, and yet her calendar was empty. The trips she planned felt exhausting instead of exciting. The hobbies she postponed no longer fit her body. The people she meant to spend time with had scattered into their own busy lives. Elaine didn't fail financially. She failed logistically. She saved her money for a version of herself that barely existed. Today, I want to talk about an idea that makes disciplined savers deeply uncomfortable. A philosophy that sounds reckless until you actually run the numbers. It's commonly known as die with zero, a concept popularized by Die with Zero. And no, it does not mean blowing your paycheck in Vegas. It means something far more radical. It means treating your life like a resource that can be misallocated. Money is not wealth, money is stored time. Every dollar you earn represents hours of your life that are already gone. If you spend those dollars wisely, they buy experiences, freedom, and memories. If you never spend them, they don't turn into security. They turn into unused labor. Imagine working overtime for years, then forgetting to cash your paycheck. That's what dying with a large surplus really is. We worship net worth charts because they go up smoothly. Life doesn't. Your ability to use money follows a steep downward curve. Biology is ruthless that way. At 25, you can sleep anywhere, eat anything, and turn chaos into adventure. At 45, comfort matters more than novelty. At 75, energy becomes the bottleneck, not money. $1 at 30 and $1 at 70 are not the same asset, same currency, drastically different return. The three resources you're juggling, and never all at once. Life runs on three currencies: time, health, money. You only ever get two at a time. Early life gives you time and health, but no money. Midlife gives you money and health, but no time. Later life gives you time and money, but fragile health. The mistake most people make is optimizing for the last phase. They overfund the period of life when consumption capacity is at its weakest. They underfund the years where memories compound the longest. The fear that keeps people stuck. At this point, most savers object with one word: fear. What if I live too long? That fear is valid. But hoarding cash is a crude solution to a precise problem. Longevity risk isn't solved by stacking ever larger piles of money. It's solved with tools designed for uncertainty, guaranteed income streams, insurance, and planning. Keeping an extra $500,000 just in case isn't safety. It's deferred living disguised as prudence. You don't need infinite savings. You need enough clearly defined. Everything beyond that number has a job, and that job is to be spent. The inheritance illusion. Then there's the legacy argument. I'm doing this for my kids. Here's the uncomfortable truth: timing matters more than amount. Most inheritances arrive when children are already old, stable, and set in their ways. At that point, money doesn't change lives, it pads them. But earlier it changes trajectories. A modest gift at 30 can unlock options that millions at 60 never will. Housing, education, freedom to take risks. Giving later is convenient for the giver. Giving earlier is transformative for the receiver. And yes, it's okay to admit this. It's also more satisfying to watch your generosity at work than to imagine it from beyond the grave. Experiences are not expenses, they are assets. We treat experiences like consumables. Spend the money, get the memory, move on. That's wrong. Experiences produce memory dividends. A trip, a skill, a shared moment continues paying you back every time it's recalled, retold, or reinterpreted through time. An experience at 30 compounds for decades. The same experience at 65 barely has time to mature. From an ROI perspective, delaying meaningful experiences is one of the worst investments you can make, which is why bucket lists fail. They collect dust while your optionality expires. A better approach is time bucket planning. Stop asking, what do I want to do before I die? Start asking, when does this experience actually make sense? Some things have expiration dates. Miss them, and no amount of money brings them back. the spending phase nobody prepares for. Most people train obsessively for accumulation. Almost no one practices decumulation. There is a point in life where your net worth should peak and begin declining by design. If it keeps climbing indefinitely, that's not winning. That's overshooting the landing. You crossed the finish line but stayed on the treadmill. You need a survival number, the cost of a dignified life plus healthcare through old age. Above that number, money stops being savings. It becomes unused potential, and unused potential is just waste with better PR. The real audit. Ask yourself this honestly. If your life ended tomorrow, what experiences are sitting inside your bank account? Which trips were postponed? Which weekends were traded for work? Which moments were delayed for someday? Whatever that balance is, it represents life energy you never converted. I'm not advocating chaos. If you're struggling, survival comes first. But if you're a saver, a planner, someone who feels guilt every time they spend, the risk you face isn't poverty, it's postponement. Money is not the score, life is the score. Don't aim to die rich on paper, aim to be fully spent. Spend your money intentionally. Give earlier than feels comfortable. Trade surplus for memories while the exchange rate is still favorable. Your legacy won't be the size of your accounts. It will be the lives you altered and the moments you actually lived. Die with zero money, but not zero life. If this challenged the way you think about saving, hit the like button. I'm Mano, and this channel is about being wealthy where it actually counts.